Hey everyone, welcome back, and to all the newcomers, thank you for stopping by. I really think it'd be an understatement to say that these last stretch of chapters have been amazing because they have been some of the best chapters in One Piece so far. And chapter 1055 is the height of how great these are. So let's get into it. So first off, we see Nami, Tama, and Zeus at the party, and I really like that they show a glimpse of the festival because I do actually want to see more of the festival in the party because Oda was talking about how he can't wait to draw the end of Wano. I don't know if he's talking about a certain scene that's going to happen or the party specifically, but we love our party scenes, so hopefully we get to see more of it. But then we cut away and we see Momo and the Scabbards, and they continue to fight Green Bull. But they mentioned that they want Yamato to stay out of the fight. It's crazy because Green Bull is actually super strong and he's taking them all on at once, and I think we expected this of an admiral, but he just destroys the Scabbards, takes them all out, and even stabs Raizo while doing it. After that, we are taken back to the castle basement where Sukiyaki takes Robin down to look at the road poneglyph, and we also see that Law tags along as well, which I really like that Law is there because it shows that he still has a lot of story left in him. He's not just trying to defeat Kaido, he's trying to go on to get the One Piece as well, and I really like that he's going down to find the road poneglyph also. Sukiyaki mentions that he never told Kaido about this, but since they had Jack, who is a fisherman, they were able to find the road poneglyph because it was underwater. They end up going looking through this glass window that shows an older city of Wano that is plunged under the water. Sukiyaki explains that 800 years ago, Wano was at the base of a mountain, but walls were put up, and when it rained, it filled up the area, so they had to move Wano to a higher elevation, which is where it currently is today. Sukiyaki mentions Pluton and that it's deeper down, but he has never seen it himself, which I think is insane that Pluton's actually there. I don't know if it's buried in the ground or if it's just underwater, but he says removing the walls from Wano would set loose Pluton. So all these different things that he's talking about really starts to have me question what happened in the Void Century, because a lot of this is tied together, and obviously we knew that Wano was going to be tied together with the Void Century. We know that Toki came from the Void Century. We know that Odin and his clan can read the poneglyphs and read that ancient text, and then by him and Roger going to Laugh Tale and figuring out the Void Century and all of that and wanting to take down the walls, I think it's just all combined together. Obviously, I think whatever is going to happen with the Void Century and what we figure out at Laugh Tale then will be translated to Wano and having to take down the walls and Pluton, and all of that is combined. I just can't wait till we figure out what exactly happened in the Void Century and why Wano is connected to it and how Wano is connected to it and how Pluton is going to help usher in the new dawn. We go back to the fight, and Green Bull mentions that if Kaido were still there, that he would not have come because obviously he's a Yonko, super strong. Some people consider him the strongest in the whole world, but just by Kaido being there deters even the military for going there. So we find out why Momo doesn't want Yamato to help, because I thought it was interesting that he let the Scabbards help in the beginning, but then he says to Yamato that he doesn't want her to help them because he wants to be able to defend his country without her help, because he knows that she's going to leave Wano and that Wano has shackled her for so long, kept her in chains to that country, but he wants her to go and experience the world and be free, and he doesn't want her to have to worry about them defending Wano while she's gone, which I think is super wise and very smart of Momo to do. And I really actually love this moment where he kind of tells Yamato, to back off because he's going to be able to handle it and he's going to be able to learn how to defend his country, and she doesn't have anything to worry about. She can go live her life and do whatever she wants to do and be free. Momo then unleashes a Boro breath, and it actually damages Green Bull. But then Green Bull uses his plant powers to heal himself and grow his body back. So obviously Green Bull gets super upset and pissed off. And as he goes after Momo, he gets struck by Conqueror's haki. And somehow out of nowhere, he realizes that it was Shanks. And it takes us back to the Red Force, which is Shanks' ship. And it's still on the waters of Wano. And we see Shanks standing there, attacking Green Bull with his Conqueror's haki from the ocean, which I don't think anyone knew that it was possible to have that strong of haki where he's able to attack someone that strongly from that far away. I think it's awesome. Obviously, it's going to come into play with Luffy. I think Luffy will end up learning this move, but just the sheer strength of his Conqueror's haki and being able to do that is insane from that distance. I think this is going to open up so much for the One Piece community in general. Everyone's going to kind of realize that Shanks is actually that guy. I think before, a lot of people knew he was a Yonko, he was strong, but they didn't think he was this strong, and I think this is going to open that up to allow people to realize that Shanks is the real deal. But I like what Shanks tells him, and by the way, Shanks somehow communicates with his Conqueror's haki to Green Bull. I don't know what is going on here. I don't know if it's like a voice of all things type of situation, but he's able to speak to Green Bull while using his powers, and the Conqueror's haki is the thing that's emitting his voice somehow. I don't understand how this works. Obviously, we're going to get a explanation at some point, but this is nuts. Shanks mentions that he thinks it's disrespectful that Green Bull's going after what he says is saplings after they are tired and they just made pirate history. And then Shanks kind of has this cool line where he says, "Does the new age frighten you that much?" Green Bull mentions that he gives up and he's not wanting to fight the red-haired pirate right now, and he leaves. It shows a party scene again. It shows Usopp, Frankie, Brook, and Chopper partying. It shows a little panel of Hiyori and Toko partying. And like I said, I just love to see the little party scene, and I love that we get to see all the other characters and what they're doing in the moment. But what I love, and actually if you think about it, all the Straw Hats are shown this chapter, because we even see Robin, we see Nami partying, we see all the others partying, but then we see that Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei were watching the fight the whole time, ready to go in, ready to step in and help out Momo if they needed the help. And I think they realized that all four of them together, they could easily deter a admiral away from Wano. Sanji comments that the Scabbards and Momo don't need their help, and Jinbei mentions how impressive that haki blast was. Luffy replies to him and says, "Yeah, who was it?" I think it's cool because then it ends the chapter with Luffy saying, "A familiar face popped in my head." So I think he kind of realizes that it was Shanks and that an image popped in his head because it's a familiar presence probably that he's feeling. And then we see Shanks' ship drifting in the sea. So I'm really excited to see what happens next week. I have no idea even where it's going to go from here because there's no threat now. So something big has to happen with some kind of world building situation. I really don't know what's going to happen next in the next chapter, but I'm so excited to see what Oda has for us. Thank you so much for listening to this video, everyone. I'm going to continue to release videos and grow this channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.